Without further ado, let's welcome our first team for this afternoon, which is British Pearl from United Kingdom. British Pearl is a fintech company that actually enables affordable investment in UK and in EU property, starting from investments as small as £1,000 and as either a shareholder or a lender. So the protocol goes like this. Your 5 minutes starts right now. Jumpstart your dream.
Hi, I'm Ali from British Pearl. Thank you very much for the introduction. Our property investment platform enables hassle-free international investment. You can become a shareholder or lender from £1,000 online in 4 minutes. We purchase properties and then list them on our platform for investors to buy into. Share investors receive monthly net rental income and a share of capital gains, and loan investors receive monthly fixed interest income and a legal charge. All investors start accumulating returns and soon achieve legal ownership. Investors can build a portfolio to suit their needs whilst relying on our expertise, removing the hurdles to traditional property investment, fund management services, and disrupting fund management services. Sorry, the slides have gone all over the place. I'm not sure why that's happening. We operate two revenue models, a fund management model and a service model. Fund management fees include an entry, annual management and performance fees, equating to approximately 2% per annum of the investment amount. Our service model is bespoke to each joint venture and includes operator, annual management and license fees. Establishing our platform is complex, time-consuming, and expensive. It took us 4 years and £5 million. Expertise in financial services, property, software, and e-commerce are essential. Our team has it all. Investors desire property market exposure or better risk-adjusted returns. UK property is valued at over £7 trillion, and the savings in investment markets are over £9 trillion. Naturally, the international markets are significantly larger. With growing investor appetite for higher yields, we expect to build a £1 billion property portfolio over the next 5 years with our scalable platform. The UK alternative investment industry is embryonic, with no one dominant operator. British Pearl is part of the first wave of platforms. However, it is the only platform enabling both debt and equity investment in real estate, with a trading exchange and open API, and soon with first mover advantage internationally. The board and executive have a strong track record and possess the skills necessary to give us the best chance of success. All senior team members invested significant time and money in the company, the largest notable investor being Lord Fink, ex-MD of Man Group and ex-Conservative Party treasurer. Our vision is to give individuals and institutions the ability to build a bespoke international portfolio by selecting the city, property, and investment type all online. We've had a great first year with 2,500 registered investors, of which 450 from 28 countries have invested across 20 properties. We have distributed our forecasted investment returns every month as advertised and exceeded our capital growth targets. We have built market-leading software with enabling securities origination, trading, and portfolio management. We're also FCA authorized and have rigorously tested our operational infrastructure at scale. We're often asked about STOs, which can increase operational efficiency and customer liquidity. However, given the current issues surrounding them and the choice of distributed ledger technologies, our fiat centralized ledger platform is currently more optimal for our investors. As an investment manager, our profitability is driven by the amount of assets under management. We anticipate reaching profitability after the portfolio surpasses £250 million in year 3, with gross profit margins of 80% and net profit margins of 30%. If we establish joint ventures in multiple jurisdictions, break-even will be sooner and less reliant on portfolio size. Our platform will help Hong Kongers achieve financial freedom faster by making international and domestic property investment affordable, safe, and easy. Institutional investors have the ability to diversify capital across international real estate, qualified by an FCA authorized investment manager. We have discussed deploying the platform locally with government to tackle affordable housing through a rent-to-own scheme and with property developers to enable access to the development capital, making valuable local building projects possible, thereby improving quality of life for residents. We have set up our Asian operations in Hong Kong due to good
Sir,
local
please wrap up in one
infrastructure,
sentence.
talent pool, and access to Asian markets.
Thank you so much. Now that's the
In
end of the
addition
5 minutes.
to investment,
Coming up,
European real estate
sorry, I
remains
had to cut
attractive
you.
to Hong Kong and Chinese investors, especially
Sorry, I had to
British
cut you
property.
short. Time
Brexit has
was
created an
over.
opportunity for international investors to lock in significant discounts.
Sorry, I had to cut you short. Time is over. The timer actually just clicked a while ago. Sorry about that. Can you please wrap up in one sentence?
For the slides, I had no control over them, so I did my best.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much.
I currently can't hear the MC or anybody else that's talking.
Can you hear me right now? No, can you hear us right now? Just as a quick test. All right, just to make sure that he can hear us properly before I proceed to the next session, which is our Q&A. And for those of you who's at home or in the office right now, as I mentioned before, everyone at home, feel free to press the Q&A button because you yourself can actually ask the questions as well. It's not just our judges. You at home can actually pose your questions as well. Can you hear us now? Okay. Just making sure. It's very important that we can make sure that he can hear our questions properly.
I can only hear questions over the. I can only hear the MC over the backup landline. I cannot hear anybody on the webcast.
Let me see how this should be done. Is it possible if I can regurgitate the questions from the judges for now, and then you can still verbally answer, because I assume we can still hear you. So let's give that a try, shall we? Can you hear me okay right now?
I can hear you, Melody. I can't hear anybody else, but I seem to be getting questions through the Q&A online portal. I can't hear any verbal questions, if any are being asked.
That's fine. That's fine. I'm trying to look at the portal right now to see for any incoming questions. I'm just waiting for them to come in right now on the chat.
I see a question that says, what mechanism do you have to prevent money laundering? Do you see the same question?
Oh, I see it right now. There was a delay on my side. Yes, I see it now. So please, would you like to actually address to that question first?
Yes, our onboarding process is, hopefully the judges can hear me respond. Can the judges hear me? Our onboarding process includes a KYC, includes FCA compliant KYC, which includes ID verification, usually electronic, and anti-money laundering checks. These processes are completely compliant with the Financial Conduct Authority in the UK, and I would imagine are also globally compliant. We use external tools to conduct these checks, and then once we onboard individuals, accounts are monitored on a risk basis to ensure any money laundering activities are kept a close eye on if there are any, and then accounts would be suspended. But our initial onboarding process essentially deals with that issue.
Thank you so much. Now, I see another one that's coming in from Raymond, which is one of our judges. He's asking, in case of default, who bears the risk, investors or you? And he also wants to know, how do you minimize the default risk? Thank you.
Yeah, so Just to be clear, this is not a peer-to-peer business. We set up the SPVs ourselves and manage the investments within the SPVs, so the money does not go to a third party. All investments are managed by us. We select properties that are tenantable, and we have various protections in place to ensure rental income is forthcoming and income can be distributed. In the event that the property becomes non-performing and the reserves of the SPV are depleted, the property will be ultimately sold. Equity holders will bear the first risk, lenders will bear the second risk.
Perfect. Thank you.
Hopefully
Judges,
that's clear.
do we have any additional questions?
Can you hear me?
Johnny, do you have any questions?
Johnny.
I can.
Because we're hoping.
Okay, good. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I'd like to ask a question about secondary liquidity. I mean, if someone wants to sell the shares, whatever the bid and offer, how do they do that?
So our platform has both an origination market and a secondary trading market, and the secondary trading market works exactly like any stock exchange. There are bids and offers, and that liquidity is provided by the investors on the platform, and at a later stage that liquidity can be supported by us as well, but is ultimately provided.
Please wrap
by
up in
the
one
platform
sentence.
participant.
Thank you. All right, thank you so much. All right, that was perfect. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you for your questions. Thank you, audience, for questions.